I run a Aussie home loans franchise and have done for approximately 8 years. My wife Denise is the operations and marketing manager of a very large plastic surgery here in Adelaide, and we're in the process of transitioning from work to sail around the world on our yacht. Probably mixed experience. In terms of financial planning, prior to meeting yourself, financial planning, my experience with financial planners was very much about really their products and just really selling some sort of investment strategy that wasn't necessarily catered around our goals and what we wanted to do, but more so I think about their products and services. So not particularly deep in terms of, that line of questioning about what we were wanting to achieve. And then I guess broader than that, limited quality when it comes to things like accounting in the past as well. Well, I think that sort of came about more so when one, we had our plans that we wanted to achieve, and then two, part of that was actually, finding a financial planner that was going to assist us in achieving that, rather than sort of passively just sitting in the background. So, well, I guess if we go back to when we first started working with yourself, we increased our insurance because at that point in time, our business and personal debt was still pretty high. And so we wanted to make sure if something happened to us that, our boys would be looked after, etc. And then, of course, fast forwarding to now when we're transitioning and not only is there a reduction in debt, but also we've got more of a passive income stream that then we've obviously wound that back, which we've done obviously just in the last month or so. So that's obviously been hugely positive, but more so around, when we've reviewed regularly what has been our financial plan and how we're going to achieve that because we want to move on board our boat and go sailing. So that's been pretty critical. And, the regular review of that, I think, has helped us to achieve the goal. And also, more importantly for us, is achieve it by a set time frame. Outside of cementing the goal and the strategy on paper, I would probably say the structure. I remember you telling me something along the lines of, superannuation is fundamentally, it's about the structure and it's about the approach and the tax side of things. Otherwise it's just an investment like any other kind. So I think that's probably been the most significant aspect for us, and we chose as part of that to move into a self-managed super fund. I mean, you could narrow it down to one or two, but in reality, if you remove any aspect to an overall plan, then you've only got a half-cooked plan, haven't you? So I think the whole thing in its fruition is critically important. Yeah. If we removed any one aspect, I can't see the plan working going forward. I think giving us confidence and peace of mind in our future financial plan. When that legislation changed a number of years ago to a user pays type advice model, then in entering into this sort of arrangement, I wanted to be confident that if we're paying for advice and it's not a small amount of money, are we actually going to get value and benefit that exceeds that investment? And I believe we have. But I think that's probably the only major concern or it wasn't really an objection, but I guess concern coming into it that I wanted to be pretty confident of before we move forward. And you were very good in terms of giving us a lot of information around that before we made that final decision. I think probably two things. One is the regular review of the plan. I think that's really valuable. And we're reasonably financially savvy from a business standpoint, although we really didn't know a great deal about superannuation structures, is having a really good financial sounding board to say, look, we want to do this. What would be the impact? What are your thoughts on if we bring this plan forward by 12 months? You know, you and I had with Denise a lot of conversations around that. So that roundtable conversation as a regular review of what we were doing, I think that was really, really valuable, because that did change the direction on a number of our decisions that we made financially. I guess for the same reason that with our mortgage broking business is that the most important aspect, we believe, is actually the questioning process to identify what are the true goals of the client and why that's important to them, you know, in heading down a given path or journey, that you actually know what the emotional as well as financial drivers are for a given client. And that's, I think, pretty rare in most financial services. So that's probably the first thing. Second thing, if I reflect on being a parent, would be to start sooner rather than later. You know, I've had conversations with our kids who are now in their 20s about starting this process now, because, of course, the long-term compounding effect is so significant.
Okay, so you've just heard from Jamie, who is him and his partner are going on a fantastic journey very, very shortly. But if you, for whatever reason, want to move forward a lot quicker, or you want to get in contact with us, well, the first thing you can do is either email us, or alternatively, there's a number of ways. If there's certain issues that you want to get addressed, we have a number of ways that can be done. Firstly, we do a 15-minute explore appointment on the phone. So that's really about unwrapping or unpacking a financial issue that you might be facing or you're looking to overcome or to move forward with. Alternatively, if you really want to go deep and really move things a lot faster, then we have a in-office meeting, which can take around about an hour or so generally. And that's really a deep dive. So that's really about unpacking everything. So from everything that you want to achieve in life and where you want your lifestyle to be, where you want your assets to be, your income to be. And we'll unpack all of that and work out where there might be some roadblocks that are getting in the way of you achieving what you want to achieve. Then we can do that. And that's at no cost. At the end of the day, you know at the end of that whether we're the right people for you or not. But in that meeting, we like to give you a lot of value. So we don't want you just coming in and just giving information. We want you to take away a whole heap of stuff with you that you can implement or address in your own situation. So there's just a couple of ways that you can get in contact with us if you need to. We've got the website. You can always check out the website as well. But in the meantime, make it a great life. Bye for now.